Hi people, welcome back to learning on this channel. Today we're going to be talking about something interesting because everything about food is interesting. So if you're a new viewer, kindly subscribe, like and share. If you're a returning viewer, kindly like and drop your thought about the video in the comment section. So today we'll be talking about tomatoes. But first of all, let me state an example. So let's say you go to the market to purchase tomatoes. Aboki calls paint rubber of fresh tomatoes 20k and paint rubber of rotten tomatoes for 7k. And like, wow, Aboki is not dumb. They know what they are doing. So now we'll talk about tomatoes. Tomatoes are climateric fruits, that is, they continue to ripen even after harvesting. Tomatoes are rich in antioxidants. Tomatoes have very high, okay, I'm exaggerating. Tomatoes have very high moisture content. It has about 94 to 97 moisture content, water in it. And this water contains lycopene, antioxidants, natural sugars, vitamin C, beta carotene, and all of that. So if a tomato is unripe, it's going to have this green color, which is due to the presence of chlorophyll. And this is going to be broken down as the tomato ripens, which make way for the red pigment lycopene. Remember in the video about aims of food processing, why I mentioned that tomatoes are rich in antioxidants, and cooking of tomatoes increases the bioavailability of lycopene. So lycopene is a powerful antioxidant which is only present in ripe tomatoes. While unripe tomatoes are not necessarily harmful, it is better to consume the ripe tomatoes if you want to get the whole of the nutrients in tomatoes. So now let's go back to, should you purchase the fresh tomatoes or the rotten tomatoes? Obviously, you're going to purchase the fresh ones. But for you that you like to buy cheap things, you go for the rotten ones. And for you that you're always calculating instead of thinking about quality, you go for quantity over quality. You are not actually wrong, you go for the fresh one. And for somebody who knows the importance of consuming fresh tomatoes and also cares about quantity as well, that person will also go for fresh tomatoes. So now let me break it down for you. If you purchase rotten tomatoes, after cooking, it's going to be smaller compared to if you purchase the fresh ones that still has all the water content in it. There's no loss of water, there's no loss of nutrients. So it's going to be more than the rotten tomatoes after cooking. So these injuries in tomatoes is actually a loss to the sellers too. And most of these injuries are caused due to improper post-harvest handling, like harvesting, transportation, storage, and even the activity of microorganisms. So now let's talk about the activity of microorganisms on tomatoes. If a tomato is fresh, without any injury, even the slightest one, this tomato will be less prone to spoilage. It will be less prone to microorganisms attack because there's nothing they want to feed on the skin of the tomatoes, because it doesn't have any injury, no opening to have direct access to the water in the tomato. The cuticle, the red skin, is protecting the tomato from the outside stress, outside damage. So what about if the tomato has even the slightest injury? This tomato is going to be attacked by microorganisms, and bacteria is a primary one. Bacteria live and thrive in moist environments. I remember I said tomato has 94 to 97 water content. So it is actually a great environment, a very suitable environment for bacteria to thrive. So they are going to attack these tomatoes. And there's sometimes that we see rotten tomatoes, we see this white stuff forming around them. That is mold. So mold and fungi can also attack tomatoes. And all of this, the tomato is going to lose moisture, because once there is an injury, it's going to lose water, obviously. And another thing, bacteria, microorganisms, bacteria like fungi and molds, they're going to attack this tomato. So this tomato is already losing nutrients and has already lost a lot of water. So what else do you want to get from rotten tomatoes? What do you want to get by purchasing rotten tomatoes? Nothing. But some people will say, but after cooking, all of these microorganisms and germs I'm saying, they're going to be killed. Yes, some of them are going to be killed. However, some bacteria release toxins that are heat resistant. So even after cooking, these toxins are not going to be destroyed. So you'll be consuming food that contains toxins. You're giving yourself food infection. Even though the microorganisms die, consuming decomposed food will lead to food poisoning or stomach upset. Yes, cooking helps, but it is not always the magical fix for everything. It is better to purchase fresh tomatoes compared to purchasing the rotten tomatoes. Like I always say, protect your health from what you consume. People say you are what you consume. Yes. Like I said, most people will say after cooking these rotten tomatoes, nothing happens. No, you have not observed very well. Maybe after eating such food, after consuming such food, you rush to the toilet thinking it's normal thing, not knowing that it's from the food that you just finished eating. So next time you go to the market, kindly buy the fresh one instead of purchasing the rotten one. Don't be over calculative and don't be so eager to buy cheap things instead of quality over quantity. Because in the market, these abokis are going to put little fresh tomatoes in the plastic and sell it for like 20k and put plenty rotten ones in the plastic for you and sell it for 7k. So don't be over calculative. Buy what will benefit your health and everyone around you. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how do you store your tomatoes, because some people buy their food stuff in bulk, like they buy tomatoes, pepper, fish and everything, and they just put everything in the freezer. So in the next video, we'll be talking more about that. How do you store your tomatoes properly? Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe, like and share the video for everybody to see, because everybody eats, so food content is for everybody. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.